What's up, guys? Welcome back to Michigan Muckraker. My name's Michelle. Today is May 8th of 2023, and in today's Gotion News Roundup, I don't have a lot to share, but what I do have to share is important. So, quickly, first, the most important thing is that the Green Charter Township board meeting is tomorrow, 7 p.m. That's May 9th, 7 p.m. 21331 Northland Drive, Paris, Michigan 49338 is the location. So that's HATCHERY Park. So it's a different location. Tell everybody you know. I hope that you guys can make it. Unfortunately, I have to apologize. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but I double booked myself. I am going to be going to listen to Matthew Truella, which right here is the book. I just bought it. The Doctrine of the Lesser Magistrates, A Proper Resistance to Tyranny and a Repudiation of Unlimited Obedience to Civil Government. So I just got this book Sunday. I just wanted to kind of understand what exactly he'll be speaking about, but I'm hoping that I can learn something that I can share with y'all on how we can fight tyranny, and Gotion is included in that category. So I'm sorry again. I was really hoping to be able to see you all, but I'm sure I'll see you in the next meeting. I hope that the Midwesterner will be live streaming it so that I can see everything that goes on, but please feel free to let me know any juicy details that happen. Gotion will be there to speak. So I'm going to get into the actual agenda now. Show you for yourself. The old business down here, we have the Gotion presentation. So Gotion will be there and will be presenting hopefully new information. The library funding is interesting. I'd like to see what they're going to decide for that. And then park restroom estimates. I'm also interested in that just to see how much our government is paying for these things. And then development agreement. I don't know exactly what that is, but that could be related. And then new business, financial software update, interesting. Storage closets, again, probably going to be spending too much. Office chairs, I know is like close to $300, I think, for each chair, which is outrageous, but hey, government money, they just spend, right? Hope Network agreement, no idea what that is, but would love to know. And then computer attack, which sounds alarming. So don't know what that's all about, but that's the agenda for tomorrow. And then down here, it says the public comments will be last. So it's saying down here, I don't know if they'll do public comments before, since it's not on the agenda. I'm assuming not. Gotion related letters, 4 of them. And then the Farm Bureau letter and response. That's interesting. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, can you see those correspondences? The Green Township meeting minutes are always terrible. Don't really say much, so I'm not sure what that's all about. And then down here, the public comments policy allows that any person wishing to speak must provide their name and address. Now that is in direct conflict with the Open Meetings Act, and I wouldn't speak if I had to give my address. So that silences people. So I think that's bullshit. I don't think that's right. You should just be able to give your name. Again, direct conflict. So if you want to speak, I would do it anyway without saying my address, but each speaker shall be limited to 3 minutes. If there are more than 60 wishing to speak, the time is lowered to 2 minutes. I really hope more than 60 people can get there. At the Mecosta County Planning Commission, I think we had close to 100. So it was a really good turnout, and Gotion pulled the rezoning request, but people still showed up, and it was really good. I'll get into that in a minute, but I hope more than 60 people show up. And by the way, guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again. So yeah, I hope more than 60 can show up. The time gets lowered to 2 minutes, but obviously strengthen numbers. And when significant volume of comments are expected, a speaker must let it be known ahead of time if they wish to speak. So you probably have to sign a sheet or something. Speakers are limited to 1 turn at a meeting. Green Charter Township Policy, April 7th, 2023. So, again, hopefully there's a great turnout, and I'm sorry that I'll miss you. Um, I went to the meeting on Thursday, and I had every intention of recording that, live streaming it, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to. Didn't have the equipment available, long story, but I'm sorry. I was hoping to. I did show up though because I wanted to add my number to the group just to make sure that there was a good presence. I didn't know that there was going to be so many, and I'm so happy to have talked to the people that I got to talk to, and I met some awesome people. And so thank you again for all of the encouragement that I get and just really positive comments. It really motivates me and I appreciate it. So thank you. Gotion protests spill over to Gotion Planning Commission meeting. Now, this was the meeting that I did attend, and this is Big Rapids news, and they seem to be on Team Gotion, but it's short and sweet. Rezoning request spurs continued opposition. Couple things really quick. I learned that if this plant goes in, that we're supposed to have a level 1 trauma center at the hospital. So when is that going to get done? How is that going to get done? Who's going to pay for that? And a helipad, just in case an emergency happens, we should have a hospital that can manage, and we don't. So that was something that was brought up at this planning mission meeting, rather. And that was interesting. And then an individual came from Warren and said that they've had these issues with pollution, and it took a very long time to clean up, and abandoned warehouses, or factories rather. So he basically said, you don't want this here, which of course we know that already, but it was nice that he drove all the way from Warren to speak. A lot of people had some really amazing comments. I didn't get to hear all of them because I was way back here. I didn't want to push in or anything, and it was just nice that the people came together as a community and shared their concerns. And again, they were all valid concerns, and everybody was cordial. I didn't hear any nothing crazy happened, even though there was a bunch of people there. Everyone was nice because we're all nice Michiganders. But it was amazing. I'm going to get into this story. Despite Gotion's decision to withdraw their request for rezoning a parcel of land in Green Charter Township from agricultural to industrial for the proposed construction of an electric vehicle component manufacturing facility. Wow, what a paragraph. Protesters showed up to voice their opposition to the project during the Mecosta County Planning Commission meeting on Thursday. Many lined the streets in front of Mecosta County Services building where the meeting was to be held, carrying anti-Gotion signs. When the venue was opened up for the public to attend the meeting, the room quickly filled with residents opposing the project and many attendees spilling into the hallway. Yes. Among the protesters were Judy and Charlie Sheldon, who said they opposed the facility coming to the area. We don't want Gotion, and we don't want the rezoning, Judy Sheldon said. They say they don't know of anybody that doesn't want it. Well, this is one way to tell them. Yes. Yep, it was good. Charlie Sheldon added he is concerned about the lithium being brought into the area. Yeah, he must have, or she, sorry, must have done their due diligence. Because, yeah, it's terrible what they're doing with lithium mining. The way it is mined isn't a good thing, he said, and I don't think it's a good thing to put on 20% of the world's water source at risk. The possibility of contamination is there, and I think it is too big of a chance to take. Exactly. I thought about the best way to say it. The people of the area have done a risk-reward analysis, and we have decided the risk far outweighs the reward. Period. Judy Sheldon said she knew they weren't planning to address the rezoning issue that night, but said they will get around to it eventually. It will come up again, she said. We want them to know we are opposed to it. On May 2nd, Gotion Global North America, Vice President Chuck Thelen issued a statement saying they had withdrawn their rezoning request to focus on getting started on the part of the construction that will take place on the parcels currently zoned for industrial use. We don't know exactly why they pulled it. They say whatever they want to say, but do we believe them? I'd like to know what your theories are down in the comments if you have any on why they would pull the rezoning request. What is the advantage of waiting? Let me know in the comments. All right, we got two more things. This is really quick. This is the Majestic Horse Farms complaint. And so the name was Austin B. There's really no idea who this person is. I mean, I've heard that there's connections to Whitmer, but you can't verify, so I don't know. Just rumors. 19 mile, oh yeah, that's where it was, sorry. The location described as a large horse farm with fields and horse pen runoff that flow into local Muskegon River watershed creeks. This is the complaint. I understand an amount of this for farming purpose can be acceptable, but this farm has 30 horses and breeds, sells, as well as trains them. Violation still occurring? Yes. So I think she only has like 20 horses, but this is the complaint. It got dropped. I mean, the person didn't even go into the driveway. I think just did a drive-by. And so everything's kosher there. But still, who did this? We know why. So now we just want to know who. And lastly, it's not directly related to Gotion, but it kind of is, because Michigan bill would keep local officials remote from public. Local officials work in the public square, not in a square on Zoom, especially since Thursday I tried to record a meeting with the Mecosta County Board of Commissioners. Tried to live stream it, but I couldn't hear anything. My video did freeze when the Zoom meeting started, I guess, so I don't know if it was on my end or if it was on their end. So I need verification if anyone went onto that Zoom meeting, but I couldn't hear them the entire time. So if there are any kind of issues like that where people don't know how to troubleshoot Zoom or whatever, even like myself, then that's an issue, you know? How, if I couldn't hear the entire time, and if it was on their end, well, that's not good for me, the public that wanted to listen. Now again, it could have been me. I've not had any issues before, but, you know, technology. And I'm not like my nephews, my Zoomer nephews. They know computers inside and out. I do all right, but thank God I lived a little bit of life before computers, and so I don't know the language as good as they do. But because they, you know, were born with a tablet in their hand, basically. The plan to amend the Open Meetings Act in Michigan has yet to be submitted to the legislature, but Senator Kevin Hertel of St. Clair Shores revealed that it will focus on local units of government and not the legislature. That's not good news. So yeah, that's our township. Our town, like, Jim Chapman would absolutely love going remote only. He doesn't want to see all of us, and they don't want us to know our strength in numbers. They don't want us to know that there are more of us that is tired of the government tyranny than what they want you to believe. So it's really dangerous to have it go online only. Very dangerous. While lawmakers at all levels should show up for work, a case could be made for remote voting for Michigan lawmakers. Mackinac Center President Joseph Lehman did just that in 2017, arguing that lawmakers should spend more time in their home districts and less in Lansing. One new idea could reverse the erosion of confidence, Lehman wrote. We should amend the state constitution to permit lawmakers to cast legislative votes from their home districts, not just from inside the Capitol building. Lansing is far from many parts of the state. Serving multiple days a week can require faraway lawmakers to spend days at a time in Lansing. Michigan Daffodil can't be sure of anything, but the rezoning may be pulling the zoning request to wait for the Green Charter Township's zoning board to get up and running, perhaps several months down the road. I've heard that one too. I think that's a very good guess, that they're trying to get the master plan together, and so I agree that that's the primary guess, I would say. But yeah, any other guesses, still let me know, guys. Every night spent under Lansing skies is a night away from home, a night away from family, away from the people who sent them to Lansing, and away from the values they were sent to uphold. It can be easy for a lawmaker to forget they're representing anyone but themselves and their party's interest. Think of former House Speaker Rick Johnson, a Republican from Humble Leroy, population 3,700. Johnson got himself a taste of power and became a fixture in Lansing for 2 decades. He journeyed from lawmaker to lobbyist to federal informant in a plea deal owing to his admitted corruption as a medical marijuana regulator. Yeah, I've seen that story. I haven't dove into the story, though. There's much to avoid in Lansing, but allowing lawmakers to vote by Zoom makes no sense. Local communities don't carry the corrupting influence of Lansing. What exactly is the official being spared except contact with the public? Isolation is the greater risk for a local official. It's tough to go to the park or grocery store or be confronted by neighbors. It can push some people into an echo chamber. That's a drawback of the job. Showing up to meetings is the job. Yeah. Why are you getting paid? Local officials work in the public square, not in a square on Zoom. Senator Veronica Kleinfeld's pain would be the end of the public meeting in Michigan as we know it. Michigan needs public servants, not elites unwilling to breathe the same air as their townspeople. Human nature indicates the Zoom era would go badly. Absent a global pandemic, officials would hop on Zoom because it was too hot, too cold, or because they got off work late. There would be a sniffles outbreak anytime there was a tough vote. It's too easy to stay home. It's too easy to hop online and avoid conflict. That's why the Open Meetings Act denies public officials the easy way and why it should. The pandemic is over, folks. You want to lead your community, show up to work, and look your neighbors in the eye. Hell yeah. So, something to look out for. I don't know what the bill is yet, but I'll be keeping an eye on it because obviously that directly affects us who are trying to make grassroots change in our townships. If they don't want to look us in the eye and they want to run from us, this bill would allow it. So, I said I didn't have much, unfortunately. News was a little light, but I hope that tomorrow's meeting goes well. I hope I can watch it through the Midwesterner. And again, if there's anything that, was really important that you don't mind sharing with me, Facebook Messenger is really good, easy way. Email, that's on the Facebook page as well. Thank you guys for watching. I have a longer video tomorrow on the Grand Rapids master plan that's going on. So we need to know, since there is a master plan being created for Green Township, or at least they're trying, we need to understand exactly what a master plan is and how it works. I know they do get input from the community, but of course there's always a catch. And so I'm going to be discussing all that tomorrow, and it will be 9 o'clock in the morning when I will be live streaming on Grand Rapids Master Plan. So May 18th, actually, of this month is a meeting that we can all go to if we have time, besides fighting Gotion, because Grand Rapids will be a 15-minute city if we allow it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and I hope the meeting goes well tomorrow evening. And I will get my stuff together and report back to you what I learned from my meeting, I guess. See you guys tomorrow.